Hi everyone. So I wanted to make a cake and show you how to do that using our stack cooking system. I spoke about this earlier in a different video and I'm just going to touch base on it again to give you some points. But this is a microwave safe reusable container that Tupperware has created along with a few other pieces in our Tupperware catalog that you can use in your microwave, from your freezer to your refrigerator to your microwave, or in between all of those things. This is made out of Lexan polycarbonate, which is in your fighter jet windshields and bulletproof glass, so it's virtually unbreakable. It's an acrylic type of plastic. It has feet around here so that when it's cooking, it's going to cook and heat your food more evenly than if you were to just do it on a solid plate. And all the handles are stay cool to the touch. They're non-stick and non-staining as well. The bottom of this container has been frosted on the inside for you so that if you do use a knife in here, although you should use a plastic spatula or plastic knife, but if you do by chance use a knife, it hides the scratches for you. They are dishwasher safe and lifetime warranty. You do want to be very careful about what products you put in the microwave. Some products on the market say that they're microwave safe, but they don't tell you that it's one-time use only, and then they expect you to throw it away and go buy more. This is reusable, time and time again, lifetime warranted, microwave safe product. You can cook from a raw state in here. The general rule is 5 minutes per pound for your beef, poultry, fruits, and vegetables, 3 minutes per pound for seafood, and there are a few exceptions, which would be baked potatoes are a minute per potato. You could also do eggs, which are 45 seconds per egg, and a few other exceptions, but those are the general things. So what we did was we are making a chocolate fudge Kahlua cake, and this recipe calls for a box cake mix of Duncan Hines or whatever chocolate cake mix, a box of instant chocolate pudding. My daughter already threw away the box for that. We put in here 4 eggs at room temperature, 1 3/4 cup or to 1 cup of Kahlua, a half cup of cold water, a half cup of vegetable oil, and if you'd like to replace that with applesauce, you could do so to make it healthier. We went ahead and mixed it in our Mix and Store Pitcher Plus, and what I did was place this in the 3-quart casserole with the cone, and I'll try and lift this so that you can see inside. So you can see the cake is in here, and this is made as a bundt pan. And what we did was we let it sit for at least 5 minutes, and that's because when you put it in the oven, you need time for the leavening, or when you put it in the oven, it takes like 28 to 30 or even 45 minutes for a cake to bake, and in your microwave it only takes between 7 and 10 minutes. So you need time for the leavening ingredients to react so that your cake will rise. So what I did is put the cover, or also known as the 3/4 quart casserole, underneath. I inverted it, and that allows it to sit up in your microwave so that it's more like it's in the middle of your oven, because you wouldn't bake a cake on the bottom rack in your oven. So we're going to put this in here. We're not going to put a top over it, because if I wouldn't put anything on top in the oven, I'm not going to do it in the microwave. If you don't have a carousel in your microwave, you do want to make sure that halfway between you rotate the cake and let it cook evenly. If you don't have a carousel, it won't cook necessarily all the way, and you'll have a hot spot that causes a piece of that cake or whatever it is that you're making to not be cooked thoroughly. So you do want to make sure that halfway between you rotate it if you don't already have a carousel. I started that at 4 minutes because I want to show you the cake halfway through. And while I'm letting that cook, I want to tell you about our current barbecue special. This is an awesome deal. It has several pieces that I absolutely love and use constantly, and I'm very excited because right now we have our season serve as part of this set, and the season serve container is designed to marinate your meats, and you can marinate vegetables if you wanted to, or seafood. And what's inside is, you can see these little prongs here, and that's meat tenderizers built right into both sides of the container. And so when you're putting your different meats in here and marinating them, you can go ahead and shake that, and it'll tenderize the meat as you're marinating it. Now, the best way to do it is put your meat in here, cut it up however you want, put whatever your favorite marinade is on here. I've posted on my group page several different marinade recipes and things that you can use this container for. But this is great for all of your different marinades, and I will tell you that you will see much juicier, tender beef and poultry when you use this. I try and put my meats in here and let it sit for 24 hours, and every time I go into the refrigerator, I'll then just flip it over. And it allows those juices to soak really good into the meat. If you can't marinate it for 24 hours, that's fine. Just do it however long you can. The longer you can do it, the better. Sometimes I'll even put a marinade on and then stick it in the freezer to freeze. And when I defrost it, it will still be absorbing the meat into the meat as well. So this one here is the regular size, and you can see it's a decent size. It's also good to use when you're doing cupcakes because it's deep when you have the seal on. You can store your cupcakes in here. You could put cookies in here around the holidays, or if you're just baking a large batch of cookies, you can also use this for brownies or things like that too. When you're storing, this seal fits right inside the bottom of the container, so it's easy to store. And right now we have the junior season serve, and I'm so excited that they have this out because I do tend to use this for smaller amounts of meat. If I shop at Costco, I generally will buy a family pack of chicken breasts, or if I do a whole beef tenderloin or a few steaks, like 5 to 6 steaks, I can put any of those things in here. I'd like to have 2 of these in my home because sometimes we'll barbecue and we'll offer chicken or a beef, and so I can have 2 marinating at the same time. Or sometimes I'll even just have it for our own household, so that on, say, Tuesday night we're going to have chicken, and then the following night we're going to have meat. I can have those marinating all the time. The junior season serves will hold 2 of those large chicken breasts that you get from the bulk stores, or you could do 2 New York strip steaks side by side in here. You could also, again, store hamburgers in here if you wanted to, and put them in your refrigerator or freezer after you make them. This will also hold your hamburger buns, or if you have the little Hawaiian rolls, you can use the smaller size. So you can do so many different things, but these do stack all right nice inside of each other as well for easy storage. Also part of the set is our snack store, and our now they're changing the words. It's, I think, called a large snack store, but it used to be called our cold cut keeper. But the snack store is square. It's more like a 9x9. We'll pause and I'll show you just this cake halfway between. Oh man, it's already raised quite a bit. I haven't made this particular recipe in quite some time, but you can see that this is a halfway cooking process. It's only been 4 minutes and it looks great already. It's starting to pull away from the sides. I'm going to put it back in for another 3 minutes and we'll test it and see if it looks like it's complete there. This is, again, about 8 by 8, or maybe it's a 9 by 9. But it's a great size for all different kinds of cookies and snacks. You can make a nice little layered taco dip in here. And what I like about these is you can fit these in your coolers. And because they're airtight and liquid tight, you don't have to worry about water leaking in them. Although I try to now use those ice packs instead of actual ice when I'm using my cooler, because then I don't have water sitting in there, and the ice packs seem to keep things cold too. And you can stick them in between and it'll be cold on both sides of the containers. I do like to use this for, again, hamburger buns, donuts, bagels, things like that fit in here nicely. Then the larger one here is this one, and it is a rectangular, more like a 9 by 13. And in this I use it for a nice Mexican dip. I layer the cream cheese on the bottom, and then the vegetables and the cheese and different things on the top. So you can do like a layered salad dip type thing in here. You can use this again for all the same things as cookies. At the holidays, I really use these for all my different baking cookies. And they stack nicely, and you can put them in the freezer, your refrigerator, or just in your cupboard. It's a great container to take when you're going to a party, and you can serve out of this container as well. So those are on sale right now, only in the barbecue set. We did have them for sale by themselves, but now they sold out of those already individually, and they're only offering them if you purchase the $99 barbecue set, which is amazing. This is a wrong color, but in that set also is included our quick shake container. And if you have one of the older containers, you may have lost a cap before. This one is attached, so it's nice, and it still has a blending wheel, but it's a little bit larger in capacity than our traditional old original style of quick shake. The old one held 2 cups, this is 2.5. And this is really good for mixing drinks. If you're going out on a boat or out to the beach, you could bring some of your mix in this. You could use it just in your home for yourself. You can use this for dressings and marinades and gravies as well, protein shakes, things like that. It comes with a wheel inside that looks like this. Yours would be red. And this is slotted in here so that when you're blending, that's going to get all the lumps out of everything. And then you have in here, if you wanted to strain something, if you were making a drink that you needed to strain something, you have this side here. But if you wanted to just pour, you could use that. Or once you're done mixing, you can take that out and just place it in here with the cap on and let it pour out accordingly. All right, I'm going to pull this out and let it sit for a minute before I show it to you. Looks like it's completely done. In the set, I apologize, I don't have all the pieces, but we have a 4-piece fix and mix bowl set. Now our fix and mix bowls are one of the most sought after bowls. They're nice because they're deeper, and you can mix in there and they're not going to splatter as easy because of the depth inside. This is an older one. This is the one that is probably the most asked for. It's a 26-cup bowl, but it has the airtight, liquid-tight seal. And this seal is the same size as our That's a Bowl. The only difference with this one is it doesn't have an actual tab on any part of the edge. When you seal any of the round bowls, you do want to take and put it on a flat surface and then start at one side, and I just take my thumbs and walk that all the way around, and that way I know that the bowl is sealed. Then you probably want to express the extra air, and that keeps it fresher longer. And some of you may know of that by burping your Tupperware. So you can do that. Now the other 3 sizes are smaller than these, and it does stack inside, and those are listed on the flyer, which I will put in the comments, along with the chocolate fudge Kahlua cake recipe. But I wanted to just show that with you to you because the special is going away very soon, and they may sell out as well since they've already sold out of the snack store set. But I want to just show you this cake now. You can see that it's pulled away from the edges, and what I tend to do is usually I let it sit to cool, but for lack of time and having you sit on the computer watching, I'll just take one of these flat spatulas, which as a Tupperware hostess of mine, you get one of these for free as a thank you, and I just kind of go around the edges. And it looks like this is going to be good. We'll see. Hopefully it's cooked all the way. If not, we can just put it back in. But I'm going to flip it back into the cover. Oh, it might need another minute or 2. Yes, it does. It's not cooked all the way quite underneath. So again, I can just take this and stick it underneath and put it back in the microwave. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but it is a very nice cake. I don't want to keep you on. I will post a picture of it also in the comments when it's completely fully cooked, and that way you can see what it looks like, and you can serve it in with Cool Whip or anything that you want to serve it with ice cream or whatever. There are other cakes that you can do. You could just take a regular box cake of any kind, follow the instructions. Whatever the water amount is, just always use 1 cup of water. And another thing you could do is if you wanted like a chocolate cherry cake, instead of using the eggs, oil, and water, just pour in a can of cherry Coke, and a 12-ounce can of cherry Coke and the box cake mix, and that will make your cake. You can do that with vanilla cake and orange pop. You can use it with any kind of flavoring combination that you want. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys will try making a cake in the microwave. Feel free to ask any questions or comments below. Thanks so much for watching.